ओम नमः। ओम
ओम
श्री
श्री
गुरुभ्यो
गुरुभ्यो
नमः।
नमः। नारायण नारायण। It is with immense grace of Bhagwan Ji, Guru Parampara, Param Pujya Babu Ji, Param Pujya Radha Baba and Mayaju, that we are getting this opportunity to learn and put into practice all that Shastra is teaching us about Ahar. Taittiriya Upanishad says, food is Brahman, from food all beings are born, by food they live, into food they return. Therefore, food is revered. So, as we begin, let us honor the sacredness of what nourishes us, not just food we eat, but also awareness, breath, and wisdom. We extend a very warm welcome to all of you for this very special session by Dr. Varsha. Dr. Varsha is known to us known to different people in different ways. To some, she is a practicing Ayurvedic doctor. To some, she is a teacher, and to others like me, a warm-hearted, ever-smiling, भगवान की प्रिय भक्त जिन्होंने अपना हर क्षण और कण भगवान को अर्पित कर दिया है. I met Dr. Vasha about 10 years back in her clinic in Singapore. I was absolutely awed by her knowledge, wisdom, and compassion. I was touched कि इतना सेवा भाव, her love for Bhagwan Ji and for her profession is contagious. I wished that she touches many more lives like mine. And guess what? उसी समय भगवान ने मेरी सुन ली, and here we are. It is my honor to introduce Dr. Varsha. It's her compassion that has made her such a remarkable and dedicated doctor. She heals not by Ayurveda, but also not just by Ayurveda, but also emotionally, mentally, and if I may add, spiritually too. In one of my appointments, she prescribed a massage therapy for my severe back issue. She mentioned to me that she has asked the therapist to play Ganesh Atharvashish throughout the therapy for me to relieve me of my pain and heal faster. That was indeed an aha moment for me. Thus, she introduced me to another dimension of faith, healing, and spirituality. I immediately thought, why don't we have more doctors and teachers like her? This is just one of my many instances, and I can go on. Varshaji comes from a very devout family and has served as a doctor in Dubai, Thailand, Brazil, and Singapore, which was her longest stay for more than 8 years. Her compassion found its way in her spiritual practices as well. She untiringly takes numerous classes every day on Gita chanting, Sanskrit teaching, and many other scriptures. She has hundreds of students all across the globe, ranging from 4 years to 80 plus years. She is personally connected to each one of them, patiently helping them with their doubts and Sanskrit pronunciations. And for her lovers of Sanskrit, I can say Singapore is chanting better. She has conducted numerous international conferences on Ayurveda and has done record-breaking 108 radio talks every Monday in Singapore without missing a single week for 2 continuous years. जैसे मैया जो कहती थी, manifest your divinity and help others manifest theirs. I could see that her divinity was enabling others to manifest theirs. Presently, she is based in Alleppey in Kerala, managing all her classes, her medical practice, along with her tight spiritual regime. So we thought, who else can be better to bring out the importance of sattvic ahar on our spiritual journey? जैसे भगवत गीता के 6th चैप्टर अध्याय 6 के 17वें श्लोक में कहा है, युक्ताहार विहारस्य युक्त चेष्टस्य कर्मसु युक्त स्वप्नावबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः. Ahara is what we take in from any of our senses, and it needs to be digested also to truly nourish and nurture our being. तो जब हमने उनसे इस सेशन के लिए कहा, तो उन्होंने बेझिझक एक बार में हाँ कर दिया और कहा कि आप जैसे कहेंगे हम वैसे कर लेंगे. ये उनका प्रेम है हमारे लिए, हम सब के लिए, कि वो तुरंत उन्होंने हाँ किया. एंड हियर वी आर. वर्षा जी, आपका हृदय से धन्यवाद कि इतने व्यस्त कार्यक्रम से आपने हमारे लिए समय निकाला और हमें सात्विक आहार के बारे में कुछ बताएंगी. Now I will not take any more time and we'll ask Varsha ji to enlighten us.
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to say certain admin items, some admin notes, that we are keeping everybody muted, but people can raise their hands and then Varsha ji can unmute and ask if you have any specific questions. But as we shared in the WhatsApp message, this session is more to listen. So Varsha ji will be talking and giving us all the different dimensions and knowledge about Aahaar. Uh, Everybody can use the WhatsApp group to put their questions up, whether a voice message or a written message. And then we will collate all those questions. Please put them by Thursday, as we have written in the message, and we will collate them, and then Varsha ji will do that Q&A session. She will answer those questions in the next session, next Saturday. And lastly, just please bear with us if there are any internet issues in between, because we are all online in different places. तो अगर कुछ कुछ इधर उधर होता है तो but we will be here and we'll अगर कट भी जाता है तो we'll rejoin and complete the session. So with that, Varsha ji,
Over to
over
you,
to you.
Varsha.
नीरज जी, one more technical issue. I've just received a message कि कोई लोग ज्वाइन नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, मैक्सिमम कैपेसिटी रीच हो गई है, लेकिन अपनी रूम की कैपेसिटी बढ़ी है, लेकिन आप जस्ट वो जरा टेक्निकल क्या है देख लेंगे. 100 तो है, लेकिन ऐसे मैसेज आ रहे हैं कि नहीं ज्वाइन.
Let me check.
यस, तब तक मैं शुरू कर दूं विद योर.
Yes.
थैंक यू सुप्रिया जी. ऐसे लग रहा है कि आप किसी के और के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं और आपके स्वयं के ही बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. जो ऐसे दिख रहा है, जो आप है वही आप बोल सकते हो. थैंक यू सो मच. थैंक यू नीरज जी. हरिओम एवरीवन फॉर दिस लवली सेशन. ऐसे रिक्वेस्ट सुप्रिया जी प्यार से करते हैं ना, कोई बोल ही नहीं सकता. देयर इज नो अपॉर्चुनिटी टू से नो. And then it is Bhagwan's grace when we want to talk about him or his work. वो अपने आप जुबान पे बैठ जाते हैं और हाँ ही आता है, वो ही करवाते हैं. He is the one who does it. He is the one who knows how to get it done. And he is the one who solves all vignas. At the moment, being in Kerala, it's raining heavily. Sahas Niraji said, so even if you see me disappear for a while, just patiently hang on. The connection would establish if at all it goes. Lekin it's my conviction Bhagwan Ji will see through this very peacefully for us, uninterrupted Vigna right. Okay. So as always, for all my sessions, we start with a small prayer. We'll do that right away. Those who have yet not switched on the cam, do switch on. When I get to see people, it just makes me happy. Responses. Keep your spine straight, roll back your shoulders, keep your neck straight, close your eyes. Put a gentle smile on your face, relax all your facial muscles. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in. Bring your mind over here and exhale. Take a deep breath in, hold it there. Oh. Oh. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Samastajana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Yo antah pravishya mama vacham imam prasuttam सञ्जीवयत्यखिल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय धन्वन्तरये अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वामय विनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्रीमहाविष्णवे नमः। Pranams to the Lord. Pranams to all the Mahatmas who have joined in today's session of Shastra Vihita Ahara. It's a very crucial topic. All of us are seekers, and many times we want to do something and we have experienced obstacles. Maybe a 5-minute extra meditation, probably the ankle hurts. Maybe to do some puja, mind wanders somewhere at the time of the action. And sometimes it's just the inability sometimes. There's lack of enthusiasm. And we feel, oh, today, and we blame it to outside. Today it's noisy. Let me not do it. It's not a shakud. Today probably it's too hot. I just can't sit like, we'll give excuses, outside excuses. Because mind internally is not ready. So it searches excuses outside. And this happens, and probably we have experienced that. Or maybe the satsang food is too good. So after lunch, satsang is probably a sleepy. Tamasik bhav mein gaye hum. Easily we slip into any of the excuses which are not actually the external. So then if something which we like to do, even if it's hot and sunny or rain and cloudy or guests in the house full, we would still do because something that we like to do. Not that meditation or puja we don't like to do, but it is sometimes the texture of the mind that gets little weird and it just pushes us to procrastinate many times. And if we observe what have we done on that day, the previous day, how have we spoken to people, what have we absorbed through the senses, not just the mouth, not just what food we have taken, we will be able to identify where this lackluster thing towards our sadhana comes. So today's session, we'll be finding out some things, we'll be putting light on some things. Let's see how it goes. And definitely open to all questions. You can type it in the WhatsApp thing. If raise hand option is there towards the end. If we still have time balance, we will take it. Otherwise, we have whole session next week. And something very urgent, you can type it over here. But sometimes the questions might miss in the Zoom chat. It keeps coming. So it's good that we can consolidate on a WhatsApp chat. So let us start the session. I have done a small presentation. Sometimes it may not be that we may see all these slides depending on the time, but I will try. Let me see. Is the screen visible to all? Type yes in the chat box. If yes, if no, then please say. So let's get into today's session, Shastra Vihita Ahara. I also take this moment to bring out one of the thought which I had, and that was having my own. I don't want to say a clinic or hospital, a class building or anything, but I just have a concept in mind, and today it's the first time. And from that platform, I would like to talk, which is Bhuma. So Bhuma, we all know means infinite. Bhuma is our Paramatman. And this Bhuma, this platform, um, in my concept in the head, which Lord has given, is for Shastra, Sanskriti, Swasthya, Samrakshan, Shala, I would like to call it. Like how we have a protocol Arya Vaidya Sala, like, or we have such institution. So probably this is in a seed form in the head, in the Avyakta Swarupa. The institution is nowhere out. But now, first time using that platform today on this occasion, thanks to Supriya ji and Neeraj ji, that they created such a platform and this could see the light of the world. Bhuma, the so that whatever our Shastras are there, whatever our Samskriti is there, not only Samskriti, even Sanskrit, and Swasthya, of course, because of Ayurveda. And somewhere we'll have to preserve it, protect it with our own small squirrel, what you can say, squirrel bite or a tortoise step, such institutions. So on that platform, let's take today's session on. Let's go ahead. So yeah, first few slides, we will talk about what our Shastra is saying, something with perspective to the food. Okay. So I'm bringing this quote from Chandogya, mantra from Chandogya, references given over there, that Ahara has to be pure. Ahara Shuddho, if and when the Ahara is pure, that's the exact meaning of that line, that time what happens is Sattva Shuddhi. So Sattva means mind. Mind becomes clear if the food is pure. So as a seeker, why do we need our mind clear? That's in the next line and the final, of course, in the final line. Sattva Shuddha. If the mind is clear or when the mind is clear, Dhruva Smritihi. Our memory becomes strong and dridha. And if we get Smriti, like we have heard Arjuna in the 18th chapter, Nashto Moha Smritir Labdha. So, means the delusion is gone and the mind is available for the reflection to happen purely, clearly, without any ripples. That time, if we get a smriti lambhe, when the smriti is established, sarva granthina vipramokshaha. Sarva granthi means we know we have so many knots. We have the ignorance knot. Avidya, kama, karma. We have got so many desires. We have got well into actions. We have got this major knot of ignorance. Ignorance of what? No, we know so many Shastra, Gita and all. Yeah, we have got all the information, but that knowledge has not become us. We have forgotten our own nature. The problem is there. And that what we have forgotten, we remember. So it is not that I don't like to use the word we get moksha. Nothing is there to acquire. This we'll have to be clear. We are already free. We are eternally happy. We just don't know it. We've forgotten it. And that base of that forget is starting from this mantras, Ahara Shuddha. Because we eat whatever we want, however we want. Okay. So why this is important? Because as a seeker, this is our only goal. What? That to know our own true nature. So the aim is established over here. Why are we doing this? To know what other means are there where we are faltering. And with my little bit of knowledge, insignificant though, I'm trying to express over here. So if any mistakes or anything, or if it's not sufficient, please do let me know as in a WhatsApp message. I'll bring one more Upanishad over here. We'll not be studying all the mantras because on its own, it will be another session. We'll go back to our main topic, which is the Shastra Vihita Ahara. But I'm trying to link it. What is our Upanishad talking about it? See, it's saying over here, first line itself, Annam Brahmeti Vyajana. Please know, Anna is as Brahma only. Brahman. And the second line, the following lines, they keep on saying that Anna Khalvimani Bhutani Jayante. All the beings come from Anna. Annena Jatani Jivanti. Food is only making the life. So it keeps on going like that. I'll take one more. That's why Annam na Nindyat. Do not degrade the food. Pranova Annam. We've got, this our Shastras are just pointing it out time and again in different ways and different formats. So please, the references are given top. See this Taitari Upanishad Bhriguvali Anuvak 2. We are following same thing in the Anuvak 7. Anuvak 8 also is talking about Annam. Anuvak 9 also, it says Annam Bahu Kurvita. Do definitely go back to open the Upanishads and see how beautifully these thoughts are cut, because initially, we were planning for a 3 hour session, then we thought people may get bored. So 1 hour is cut off, and in 2 hours, I'm trying to fit some information.
Just
Okay.
1 second, Varshaji.
See?
There are some people who are asking if we can have the slides as full screen. Is it possible?
It is slide is on a full screen only. What
No,
are they saying?
no, it's not full screen. It's half actually. I mean half, say half.
It's coming half, like we can see you and then we can.
Okay. What I can do then, just a minute. Let me know if this is better.
Yeah.
Or you wanted a better
to-
than this. I can get
I
better
think-
than this also.
Yeah.
I think
Is
this
this
is much better, much better.
this is better, or I can go one more way. I'll just see if that's also possible. Sometimes, oops, sorry.
I think Pulkit wanted to say something.
So
No, she
is
wants
this
to.
better or the previous one better?
This is better. This is
This is
better.
better. Okay. Um, okay. If any difficulty, you will let me know again.
I think this needs to be a little bigger, no? The letters.
It's okay. No, I think it's perfect. But the only thing is we can't see you as a separate spotlight is not there.
Spotlight is not there. I'm seeing, do you see me in the small corner top?
Yes.
Yes.
I hope everybody is able to see.
So
Yeah.
when the slide is there for a longer time, if you will click on my this, then I will be the bigger one and the slide will go into the smaller one. So when we are talking a lot, that time you can toggle between me and the slide. See that it's possible? Could you do that?
Yeah, people need to take
Yes.
the view as side by side speaker view. Then it's fine.
So now,
Sorry for the disturbance.
No, not a different disturbance at all. We should see, when we start, we are all comfortable. Okay. Now, again, we get Chandogya Upanishad. See, over here, it clearly says that whatever we are eating, it gets divided into 3 parts. And the grossest part is going as a waste. The lesser gross part is becoming the parts of our body, the flesh in particular. And the finest subtle, which is not seen, is becoming our mind. So just see where we are heading to. The means what food we are eating is making our mind. We are focused only on the physical aspect. But over here, our granthas are directly telling us that our mind is made out of the. We'll be seeing this further in detail, but I wanted to give this one reference that how what we eat is what our mind is making. Am I audible? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Same thing is with the liquid parts. Whenever liquids we are eating, the gross part is becoming the excreta. The lesser gross is becoming the liquids in the body, especially the blood. And the finest part is becoming our prana. See? And same thing is going with what we eat with the Agneya things, Tejasa. The gross part is becoming the bone. The lesser is the marrow. And the subtlest is becoming the speech. So these were the few references. And here it tells the process, like how we churn the buttermilk to get the butter, which is the essence of that milk. Huh? Like that, what we eat, it goes into the essence, how our mind is made or prana is made. Okay. Now let's go to, I think we can now, I've given or probably triggered some kind of interest probably for all of you to open our text and to go and see where, what references. We come back to the Ayurveda aspect, which is our Vedic aspect. Ayurveda is a part of Atharva Veda. That man is not different from the universe. This we will have to understand. Whatever is happening out there in the universe is happening in us. We are a part of the universe. However superior we become, sometimes we think, with our intelligence, that every other thing is lesser than us, and we take ourselves separate. To live in the ecosystem only for human being is a problem. All other animals and all, like if you've gone to some safari in some jungle or something, there is some jungle rule and they obey the rules. Nobody is saying that anything, but that happens. But for us, in spite of being so intelligent, to remain in harmony with nature is little tougher task because our mind is getting into a selfish zone. So to take even the nature into account is tough because to take another human being into account is also so many times tough. That how we will take inanimate things into consideration and live is a big question. So we go back to the Tattva Bodh class, which is Ayurveda's basic doctrine. So again, the Shastra, whichever we take. So when we take a Moksha Shastra, Upanishad and all talk about it. But then when they mention that, we will have to go to the other texts. So Ayurveda is not a Moksha Shastra. Ayurveda is a Sharira Shastra. But the base cannot be different. So if we take any of our Nritya Shastra also, the base will be this only. If we take astronomy, the base will be this. So at any level, at periphery, any of the science we take from our Shastra, the base is going to be this. And hence, this particular base needs to be understood clearly. Okay. Now, okay, probably we might lose time in mute, unmute. I will only ask and probably I'll only answer for now. And as we get deeper, we will see if we get time. How do we interact with the world? We interact with our sense organs if you have not understood. How many sense organs we have? We have 5 sense organs. With the eyes we see, with the nose we smell, with the tongue we taste, with the ear we hear, with the skin we feel, sparsha. Apart from this, is there any other organ in the body by which we understand the outer world? No. There are only these 5 organs through which we understand the outer world. Therefore, outer world has only these 5 things. So whole universe is made up of only these 5 things, which is our Prithvi, which is our Apa, which is Vayu, this is Agni, the order over there has missed. Then comes the Vayu, and then comes the Akasha. So Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu, Akash, from the grossest part to the subtlest part. We have to have this clear understanding of everything in the world that we are seeing. It is made up of this. Without this, there is no base. Even for our body, there is no base. Why are we wanting to understand this? Because we have to understand our body. So, these 5 basic elements or Panchamahabhuta, when they come into a certain combination, is how our body we can understand into the Shastric aspect. So, these 5 things are combined into 2s, and 3 things are born out of it. Akasha and Vayu, which was the subtlest part, from there the Vata is formed. Then from the Tej Mahabhut and the Aap Mahabhut or Jala Mahabhut, Pitta is the combination. And from the water and the earth, Kapha is the combination. So now what we have to understand, the qualities they will come into it. Earth being the grossest, that means Kapha is going to be grossest. Akasha being the subtlest, that means Vata is going to be subtlest. Agni is only in Pitta, that means only the heat will be only with Pitta. Vata and Kapha will not have heat. So, requesting not to scribble on the screen anything. So, please don't use your pen to mark or your cursors to move because you're marking on the slides. Okay. So now, apart from this, there is nothing else as we saw. Apart from these 5, we don't have anything else. And these 5 combine to form our body, which is called the basic nature of our body or Prakriti. So apart from Vata, Pitta and Kapha, there is nothing, because apart from Panchamahabhuta, there is nothing. So we can say Vata, Pitta, Kapha is same as Panchamahabhuta. Only thing, Pancha has become into 3. And these are the ones which control the body's health. If they are in balance, and if they are in imbalance, they bring disease. So they are called as dosha. Dosha means not fault. Dosh matlab dosh nahi hai ki koi galti hai. It's not some fault. It is a technical terminology. There are 3 in number, so 3 dosha. So body is going to be of this 3 dosha, to simplify instead of mentioning all the Panchamahabhutas, but 3 doshas are Panchamahabhutas in another way, in their combination. Okay, so not to forget this. That means this is what we are trying to say, that these 3, when we come to one slide where the balance is going to be the health, and that imbalance is going to be disease. So dis-ease, where easiness has gone, need not be the name of a disease. I'm not feeling good. Is good enough as a disease. Imbalance of the doshas. So we go back from where we left. Don't worry, you are not going to miss anything. I'll try. Now this aspect, if we have understood the Panchamahabhuta, and we have understood now the 3 dosha out of it, from that only these 3 gunas are going to come. So one is going to be of a sattva predominant, one is going to be of a tamas predominant, and other is rajasic aspect. Okay, we'll see that in a while again. We'll come quickly to see a technical definition of health, what Ayurveda has got to say about it. So Ayurveda says all these doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, they have to be in balance. This is number 1. So our blood reports or CT scans can be normal, huh? But if these criteria are not normal, Ayurveda says the person is having a problem, disease. Agni means our digestive capacity. It should be working properly. Now, sometimes we feel too much hungry, sometimes we don't feel hungry, sometimes we eat anyhow. This Vishamashana, Vishamagni, Tikshnagni, Sharpagni, Mandagni, low Agni, all these are problematic. There should be Samagni only. There can't be variations over there to qualify ourselves to call as healthy. Dhatus are our Sapta Dhatus. Sapta Dhatus, we all know Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Meda, Asti, Majja, Shukra. What I'm talking? Nothing. Blood, bone, muscles, bone marrow. These are the contents of the body which gives us the structure. Malas are all the waste aspects, that is the sweat, the feces, the urine. These are the malas. So there also has to be a balance. It can't be just anyhow. How a healthy feces should have shape and form. Whatever is eaten, that should not be seen as it is in the stool. Maybe a peel of a tomato or a corn or maybe some greens. If it is seen, that means it's unhealthy, not digested well. If it is not having a shape, if it is splattered or if it is semi-solid, again, it's not a healthy stool. So we'll have to reflect as a seeker what I am not eating correctly, correct time, correct portion. All these are signs. We'll be seeing some signs of health also in detail. And the fantastic part comes over here. Prasanna Atma Indriya Manaha. This no modern medical book talks of a healthy sign of health. Inside our core, we should be at prasanna, pleasant state. Half of the time we are irritated or lethargic. How then we qualify ourselves to call as healthy even if the blood report is normal? Ayurveda doesn't call that as healthy. So mind and all the indriyas also have to be prasanna. We go ahead. So the body is formed, as we have said, with the Panchamahabhuta, and they combine into a combination, and those three doshas are formed. So this much part we should not forget throughout. So then we'll get different kinds of health indicators. There are 13 of them. There should be a good appetite. The food is digested well. The elimination of wind should be without any odor or anything. Healthy elimination. Urine also should be healthy. Feces, I just said how it should be healthy. Lightness of the body should be felt. So our weight might be 80, 90 kilos, but we ourselves are feeling light or not. So it's not in the terms of kilo. How we carry our body. Clarity of the senses. Eyes, ears, nose. Senses clarity should be there. Proper sleep. Not that you get up in the morning and 5 minutes or so jate hain. If you feel like that, that means it's a lethargy. When we wake up with the alertness, brightness. That is a proper sleep. Proper waking should happen. If the sleep and the waking is good, then only body will have a bala. Strength will be there. If sleep is not good, body strength diminishes. Agni capacity diminishes. Then what we reflect outside on the skin would be this health. So which no amount of cream or what is that? Fair and lovely or whatever they apply. What to apply on the skin to have a glow. That's why these beauty parlors, they do quite well because we get fooled that whatever they apply on our skin is going to make us glow. Nothing. The glow is inside. If things are going well, then only outside it is going to reflect well because skin is also the part of body only. The vata resides over there. We'll see that later. Healthy longevity. Not that from, okay, now 40 finish. So BP has come, mid of 40, cholesterol has come, by 50, all kinds of disease combinations are there. And you are living for 70, 80 years with all these, hosting all these diseases. That's not called a healthy health indicator. Then, of course, a present state of mind in a balanced Agni. And what would influence all these doshas? What we do every day, daily regimen, it's called Dinacharya. We can have another lecture on it. Seasonal regimen, Rutucharya, we can have another lecture on it. And three pillars, Trayopas Samba, which is Ahara, Nidra, and Maithuna or Brahmacharya, all these constitute our health or it influences Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. How? I'll give few examples over here. See, if we take the age, the starting years of our life are Kapha predominant. You see kids always with some running nose or something problem. Middle age are pitta. See the fire in the youngsters. You dare go into their room, you will get it nicely. They'll shout, or they have problem like acne or whatever. Then the end years of the life, the later years of the life are vata. Some aches and pains happen. Bones are getting brittle. Some this arthritis, that arthritis. So all this is by nature. This is what our Shastra says. You can't beat this. Same, starting of the day, early part of the day is Kapha, middle of the day is Pitta, end of the day is Vata. Same thing with the night. So why I'm talking about this? Because this is controlling how our body is going to be. I'll give just one example. If we get up early in the morning, let's say Brahma Murta. So Brahma Murta, if you see the end of the night, which is a Vata predominant, Vata's job is expelling all this urine feces. Our Malamutra Visarjan will happen correctly if we get up at a proper time. But starting of the day is Kapha time. And if we get up late and in the Kapha zone, heaviness is going to build because Kapha we saw is a Prithvi and Jala Bhuta. Body's lightness will not be seen. Lunchtime has to be noon time, 11 to 1. Because sun is brightest. Pindite Brahmandi we saw now, microcosm. Pitta is in the middle of the day. See, mid of the day. So we have to, why this Vata, Pitta, Kapha, Panchamahabhuta? Because the nature and we are not separate. This is just one small example which I had to show, and hence I put the whole chart over there. Same thing is going to go with the Rutus, with the season. India is blessed with 6 seasons. Singapore doesn't have 6. It's a hottest with or without rain. That's all it's happening. But the knowledge of the Rutucharya will help that Singapore has 2 monsoons. One is somewhere in June, July, and the other one is November, December. Then monsoon, that Varsha Rutu regimen has to be followed. So we will see this, but this was just for information. You keep it in the mind, store it, so that we'll come back to our class focus. So this is another chart saying like how Vata, Pitta, Kapha influences our activity. And if certain activity we do it a certain period, then it is going to be beneficial for the body. You cannot go against the nature. We'll have to synchronize ourselves with the happenings in the universe. That's only the buddhi, the correct way to go ahead with it. So we have seen this chart. The balance only is going to be held. Otherwise, we will have it. Now let's get into our topic for which we have come. The Ahara aspect. So the thing is, we understand Ahara, the food, as something that we have to consume through mouth. But Chandogya Upanishad says, Ahara is anything that you consume with your sense organs. What the eyes see, what the nose smell, ears hear, what you do is what you receive. That is Ahara for the body. Now just see how much mess we have created, indigestion of those indriyas we have created. But because that is subtle, we haven't realized it. And food being the grossest, we realize in terms of it. So, Rasanendriya and Upastha, the toughest indriyas to keep under control. And hence, we are going to talk more on the Rasanendriya and the food, because there the tougher part comes. Okay. So, it is not, well, let us have this concept clear that Ahara is not just Rasanendriya's job. All indriyas will have to take care. Means what? What kind of music we are listening to? What kind of smells we are taking in? What kind of sites we are keeping? Some modern art frame is kept at home. There is no shape form, only some colors built in some way, modern art. Some God only knows how many $100,000 has been spent on it. But one nice Bhagavan Vishnu Murti would have been over there, colorful. That would have also been nice, right? Going up and down the house, you will get reminded, right? What are we seeing? What are we hearing? Because constantly we are unknowingly also we are seeing it. Some impact is happening. Like with the babies, they don't understand, we think. And then we keep doing something, and then after some days, we see that the baby is copying us. And we thought, we have not taught that to the baby. No, they listen, they do everything, and they watch. And so, what we listen, what we watch, we have to control those things and display. You can beautify the houses, but let the beautification of the houses also be in the Shastric way only, because that is one of the Ahara that we are consuming by our drishti. So, why we have to eat food, everybody knows. Not that to feel happy only. Nice food makes us happy, but there's a lot of nourishment happening. And in our first verse itself, we have seen that we have to have moksha. Granthi has to go. Then only it is going to happen. So, coming back to our Gita chapter 17. So, most of you are Gita students, all of us, no, ever. So, if you have Gita in hand, always it's nice to keep it handy. So if we get to chant one shloka two here and there, we will definitely chant and remember the Lord. So we get some verses at 7, 8, 9, 10, specifically 8, 9, and 10, telling us what the sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic ahar would do. See over there in the 17th, 10th verse, what it says. Yatayamangatarasam puti paryushitancha yat uchcheshthamapi cha medhyam bhojanam tamasapriyam. See, why I brought this shloka out and skipping the other two, because our problem as a sadhaka is we make food and store it in the fridge and then take it out. Today this, tomorrow that, eat it. Eat. Paryushita anna, continuously. Fresh food cooking, excuse. What? Office is there. But continuous tamasic ahar, then how the mind will be available for the sadhana? Then when you're sitting for meditation, sleep will only come. Body will feel heavy only. Indriyas will be dull. We want sharp, brilliant Indriyas, we say, and we will do Bhagavad Gita Parayana. Morning, evening, night, we will be chanting, Yatayamangatarasam Puti Parishitan Tamas. But where we will have to translate it somewhere in our life. So you would say, okay, Varsha, you are sitting over there, nice for you to advise, but practically tell me what we can do. So I'll tell you one thing. Back when I was living in Dubai, the life was getting tougher. So I had kept my 3 nephews. All were not nephews. One was nephew and 2 were the friends in house, so that I would cook. They would give me the rent of the house also. And this also we were having. One had a night shift, another have another shift, another had something. I'm also working early. I used to wake up at 3 in the morning, fresh food. Not a single vegetable was cut and kept previous night to make the next day morning's job easy, because some had to go at 5 o'clock. Some is going at some other time. I also have to go. We will have to work out the way. We cannot give excuse. This is the thing. This is the job needs to be done. Food cannot be cooked and kept in the fridge. Now, how should I do? This should be the question and solve it. Come to the solution. Not to give an excuse. This should be a seeker's first attitude. We'll have to find out a way. If somebody's help has to make the whole family help you, make it. We can't pamper everything. Everything has to have a certain thing. Then the other day, I saw my mother-in-law making some pickle for herself, which she's not supposed to eat because of her blood pressure problem, excess salt and all. But she has made it quite bland. How this katvam Ushna Rajasic now mind texture has become it needs. So even if you know you don't want to follow it because it's the inside pressure that comes out and makes you do the things which are not supposed to do. It's written, the previous verse is saying that. Sattvic Anna is too difficult to make. Then we will struggle as a Sika. But at least now we will have a clarity because our Upanishad has said the subtle part is going to the mind. Then why after studying so much and being in satsang for so long, why there is no change happening in me? My food I have not changed. That subtle part is whatever I was eating, I continue to eat in the same way. That same nourishment is happening to the mind. Knowledge has increased, but physical translation has not happened. So this we will have to be very, very clear about. We'll go ahead. The best part is the 6 days. And these 6 days, they don't come just like that. They are coming from Panchamahabhuta. So now this Panchamahabhuta theory is not going to leave you throughout. And from that, the Vata Pitta Kapha is not going to leave you throughout. So for just giving the example, the shloka goes, Kshmambu Agni Kshmambu Tejaha Khavai Vagno Nilago Nilaihi. What it means, don't worry. Kshmambu. Kshma means Prithvi. Ambu. Ambu means water. So Kshma Ambu, earth and water, is going to make Madhura Rasa. Agni Kshmambu. Agni and Kshma is going to make Amla Rasa. Water, up and fire is going to make Lavana Rasa. Fire and air, Katu Rasa. Air and earth combination, Kashaya Rasa. Vayu and Akasha is going to make the Tikta Rasa. So please note, Katu is pungent and Tikta is bitter, not Tikta means Tikha, Tikhat. Katu means Kadu, Kadava, not like that. So by Shastric definition, Katu is तीखा जो होता है वो है कटु, pungent. And tikta जो कड़वा होता है वो bitter. So it is not a typo or error in that chart. But this is what it means. Now from this, we will come to know what is the action on us. Because now we know what are the elements into it. So what is the action on us? The action is the sweet on our mind. It creates, we feel all happy about it. But indulgence is also problematic. The Shastra says it makes more attachment, more possessiveness. We won't release ourselves, no? We are talking of moksha over here, and this taste. I have a sweet tooth after every lunch, probably if some kuch nahi hai, so at least some peanut and good, the jaggery and the peanut. Okay. Amla. Problem. Too much sour. Jealousy will come. Anger will come. What to do with it? Needed in proportion. Overindulgence is creating a problem. Okay. Let's go ahead. And if you don't take it also sufficient, there also problem. If it is too little consumed, Madhura Rasa is building your dhatus. If the Madhura Rasa is not taken in well, the dhatus are becoming weaker. So we'll have to make sure the rasas are being consumed, not more, not less, but in just a perfect balance. That means our diet should have it on a daily basis, right? But our diets are little crazy these days. We'll talk about it. We'll come to now a most crucial, and this is going to be our, the core of today's topic. As a sadhak, this much knowledge we should keep in our mind, attitude towards the food. We should have this much basic knowledge. So the first point comes into is a swabhava. Swabhava means nature. Food. What is the nature of the food? Is it heavy to digest? Is it tougher? Is it lighter to digest? So this is going to be as per our Agni Bala. By nature, moong is light, urad is heavy. The black gram, urad dal, the black gram of which you make idli dosa. It's heavy by nature. I can digest heavy if I'm having a good Agni power. If I don't have a good Agni power, then what? Then I should not have it. If I have to, we'll have a campfire tonight. If I say, if we have to light a fire, we start with smaller twigs first to light a fire. When the fire catches brighter, we put a bigger branch and then only we put a log when the fire is good and strong. But on a small fire, if we put a log, what will happen? Fire extinguishes, log also doesn't burn. On a smaller Agni, if you eat heavy food, the food remains over there undigested. Agni is also extinguished. So we must have this presence of mind to analyze our own Agni status and the food that we are consuming. The second is this Sanyoga. Sanyoga means, my God, I really give these two examples because everybody is that smoothie behind that smoothie. I don't know from where it has come into. If our grandmother and grandparents have not had no such kind of food, it's better not to have. This is what I would always say. And God alone knows this honey with hot water and honey to heat, honey in the coffee. I don't take sugar. And then in all the heat substance, in substituting sugar with honey. And I bet that most, what expensive honey, that Manuka honey or some honey, whatever best honey you buy, if you don't use it in a correct combination, honey becomes a poison. Ayurveda clearly states that. And the indigestion and the poison created by having honey wrongly cannot be treated by any medicine according to Ayurveda. So this is why the Shastric angle is so very important. The Sanyoga, what you combine with what? Amla rasa, madhur rasa cannot go together. Fruit and a milk cannot go together. Can I combine sweet fruit with milk? No, you cannot. Because the rasa might be sweet, but the end result, the vipaka, might be amla for the fruits. So we cannot mix that. It is a Virudhahara. We will come to see Virudhahara towards the end of the presentation. What all combinations of Virudha we can. Then comes this samskara. Samskara means some form of Agni, Kala, Jala, samskara you should have on the food. I don't know from where this salad picking and eating and so many leafy things. Ayurveda doesn't encourage leafy vegetables and also fruit vegetables Ayurveda encourages. Our Shastra says that. Leafy vegetables add only to the roughage. Nourishment on the body and the mind is zero. We said no, the gross part goes for the excreta, we said. That part is with the leafy vegetable. So are we wanting to generate excreta or are we wanting to have a quality of mind? We'll have to question ourselves. Ghee is the best food. And oh, I'm lactose intolerant. Come on, ghee might be coming from the process of the milk, but there is no connection because it's completely changed. Samskara gunantaradhanam. Completely the gunas are only changed. So the method of making a ghee, you cannot buy butter from the market and then heat it at home. That cannot be done. You'll have to do it at home. Do you do, Dr. Varsha? Yes, I do my own ghee at home. Do you have your own butter? Yes, I do have my own butter at home. Then do you get good milk? Yes, milk also. So buying from the milk from the scratch, the buttermilk, the yogurt, the butter, ghee is made at home. I can share some of the pictures of the exact process later if somebody is not aware of how to do it. Let's go to the fourth point. Fourth point is matra. How much to eat? Stomach full and then feel sleepy in the afternoon, satsang. No, you cannot eat stomach full. Shastra clearly says eat only half the stomach. Don't eat stomach full. Shastra is clearly saying that. And 1/4 stomach keep for the liquids, other 1/4 you keep empty only. And we say, In Marathi, they say, pot bharun je, means you have a stomach, eat fully, eat properly. No, don't eat. But in Marathi, they also say, Saukash jeva, Saukash, sir avakash. Keep some space and eat. Okay, so keep some space, don't eat stomach full. How do we know stomach is a half a full or a sit down on the floor? Check tonight. Let the plate be below your navel region. When we sit on the dining table, the plate is about 6 inches above our navel region, about at our chest level it comes. But if we sit down, the plate is below our navel region, another 6 inches. So normal action is come forward and take your morsel and you go back. So this action of coming forward and taking food and coming forward and taking food, you will feel the stomach is full. And when you get up, then you realize that it is not so very full. The indication is that is the half stomach full. When to have water, sip water in between the meal. Yes, that's what our Shastra says. Those who want to lose weight, have it before a meal. Those who want to gain weight, have it after meal. But those who want to maintain a good digestion, sip, not finish of one whole glass of water just like that. Sip the water. If it's a warm water, fantastic. Is tea a part of, I take tea, water. No, no, no. Tea, coffee, juice, all this is not counted as water. Water is water only. Warm water is ideal one. Desha. Desha is the habitat. Two things. Habitat of that person also and habitat from where the food is grown. In Singapore, American apple, Australian something. In India also, same thing. But India, the thing is, everything is grown somewhere in this probably region and you can get here and there. Of course, we do get imported fruits and all. That is not a thing. But where it is not grown, okay, Singapore can rely a little bit on Malaysia's farming same region. But completely opposite geography, it may not be so good for complete digestion. And also, we'll have to think where we have grown. A South Indian could finish a mountain of rice. A North Indian cannot. They will probably need their roti. If it's not eaten, then they feel they have not eaten. In South India, for fasting, they do it on chapati. North Indians will laugh if they hear the South Indian fast because you're not eaten a mountain of rice and you're eating those two chapatis, you feel as if you've not eaten. Yeah, South Indians fast on chapatis. Today's my fast. What? Chapati you're eating. Okay. Kala. Kala is you must eat when you are hungry. So midnight hunger, no, not allowed. Why? Pindite Brahmandi. Is the sun there in the midnight? No. Then what is the Teja aspect for your Agni to make it brighter? Externally not available. So you cannot. All activities should, as the sun sets, all activities should slow down. And other activities at the sunrise, all the activities should start. So we will have to cultivate a habit to have our maximum hunger at noon time when the sun is brightest, not at the dinner time when the family is together. Sun is not waiting for the family, sun is already set and gone. Dinner you eat like a pauper. Eat as less as possible, eat as early as possible. No late night dinner. But our parties only start late. Problem, no? Then either we can be a satsangi or a party goer. Both cannot happen together, but you have to be socially active. Eat from home before sunset, go for the party then, and pretend as though you're eating, but you are not eating. But you can't close your other indriyas. Ahara is going through the other indriyas. This must not be forgotten for a sadhaka. Let's go for the last point, the Upayoga Vyavastha, how the food has to be consumed. There are so many points into it. The slides would come as and when we will be seeing this point through the rest of the thing, so that I'll combine the talk and I don't exceed the time. In between, Supriya ji, if I'm not having the time awareness, you please stop me in between. So when the time is good to take the food. So now we are seeing all this Upayoga Vyavastha. Huh? See, when the bowels are moving well, when I'm feeling lighter in the body, when I'm feeling hungry, the belly is feeling lighter, the previous meal is well digested. Over here, we don't follow, such rule. हाँ जिसने ये दिया है वो भी खा लिया, उसने ये दिया, मैं खा के आई हूँ लेकिन ये देखा नहीं, हाँ वो भी खा लिया. Everything we are ready to taste. This I have not seen, this she has given, this he has asked for. We have got excuses. Why? Because we love our rasanindriya to keep happy and we eat. खड़े खड़े खा लिए, जाते जाते खा लिए. Anyhow, na, we stand and we eat, we go eat on the go. We'll come to see those points as well. And then how do we know that I've digested or not properly the previous food? Yes, I would know because if I've benched, it doesn't have any sour taste or odd smell. I feel energetic. I feel enthusiasm. I'm not getting lethargic anymore, procrastinating my work. I'm getting normal urges. I don't have to take what? Somebody, what they take? Some has ESOP goal they take in the night, then only they can move in the morning. All this dependency, we will have to check and clear it out. We'll have to attend this. Lightness of the body is experienced and the proper rise of hunger and thirst is there. This is also one thing, Upayoga Vyavastha points in what to eat and what to cook. Shastra has given very best. Being in Kerala, ample of plantain leaves are here. So I think that is only the best and the cheapest, nothing, no need of all those gold and silver vessels. But Shastra does mention the effect of the container on what we are eating. Then we can open our Gita again, 15th chapter, 14th verse. Well, 14th is telling about Agni, Aham Vaishvanara Bhutva. Lord is only telling that, and then Pachamyannam Chaturvidham, he says, right? Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninaam Dehamashritah Pranapana Samayuktah Pachamyannam Chaturvidham. What four kinds of food? So these are different kinds of food which Lord sits and digests. So now, since we have touched the verse, let us focus on this first pada only, no? Aham Vaishvanara Bhutva. Bhagwan Sri Krishna is telling to Arjuna, I am only the one who is becoming Vaishvanara. Vaishvanara is Agni. Bhutva, becoming that, Praninam Dehamashrita, I live in everybody's body. So now where, to whom are we offering the food? To our body to make us happy, we think. But this small attitude change that I'm offering it to Sri Krishna who's sitting inside, finish now. There we eat something wrong. Every time we opening the mouth to eat something, Sri Krishna has to eat. Not at the altar. We'll do nice, we'll have nice clothes for the Lord. We'll do आज वृंदावन गए वहां भगवान के लिए शॉपिंग करी और कहाँ गए वहां से शॉपिंग करी. ऑल्टर गॉड इज फंटास्टिक. ऑल्टर नैवेद्यम फंटास्टिक. But this body is the altar, the temple, and Bhagwan is sitting there and right in the belly. What are we offering? What are we offering through the senses to the Lord? He has said, so point to think, as a sadhaka, have we done so much micromanagement of ourselves, bringing the Lord over there at every point of a sense gate? Sense means indriyartha and the indriya combination, when they are met together, are we so much aware? If that awareness is brought, we will be able to check and correct it gradually, not instantly, not overnight. So, practice regarding food, that Upayoga Vyavastha, the 7th point we are seeing. So, one should not take food with these 13 pointers. Are we saying Brahmarpanam? Are we saying Aham Vaishvanara? Are we saying Annapurne Sadapurne? Are we doing Pranaya Swaha, Panaya Swaha, offering it to the Lord? Have we offered it to the God? Have we thought of our Pitras, Gurus? Most of the people sit in the nightie or gown and some pajama and eat anyhow. Whether bath is taken or not, don't worry. Today's Sunday, today's a weekend. No bath. Food should go. Bath is not there. Something tone and some caudal. So all this no is big no according to the Shastra, the way we eat the food. Because mind is getting nourished. How we eat the food is making our mind watching and sitting in front of the TV. The parents are also lazy, huh? They say the kid doesn't eat food without showing the mobile. Laziness of the parents. Parents, okay, don't eat the food. When you keep the mobile, I'll give you the food. Oh, then the child will not eat then. Doesn't matter. There is no bigger sorrow than hunger in the world. Those who don't get the food, they know. Child, when is becoming hungry, sab sunega. Sab sunega. Don't give the food. Your attachment to the child. Oh, it's 1 o'clock. Last food was this. Why bring such things? Get the discipline in first. Parents don't have enough time. They feel keep the mobile in front, the child will eat, let me finish my 10 other chores, whatever I have to do. Parents are only like that. Okay. So the thing is, when the mind is somewhere, what food is eaten, body doesn't know. We'll come to that point later. But this is when, what is it? Mind is disturbed, don't eat, and eat it in a better surrounding and at a proper time. Eat food which is very crucial. So salad goes out over here in the first point. Hot food. Okay. Cold salad, cold coffee, God only knows what all other things we eat. So heat in the food excites the Agni. It digests fast, stimulates a better Vayu movement. If this movement is not facilitated, we know obstructed Vayu is going to create problem. No sonography machine, CT scan will show Vayu. So we are talking of a very subtle points over here. After these points, the gross points only modern will consider, the modern aspect. They don't have this concept of Vayu because it's not seen. Our Shastra is saying that, and our Rishis have already seen that, so they have mentioned. Unctuous, I'll become fat, cholesterol. Are we really so mindful? Then why are we having that Paryushita food? Unctuous means something which has sneha amsha, a ghee, some coconut oil. We can't have oil-free food. That's not nice. Some seasoning has to happen. That's why it's like 1 teaspoon. It's not like 1, 2, 3 tablespoon and the layer of the oil on those Punjabi dishes in the restaurant with those masala colors and all you see. They might taste yummy. Effect on the mind is not there. We want this, no, to strengthen our organs, sense organs, to have our own physical strength. We need this. Ghee especially builds up memory for the mind. So unctuous material should be there. And requisite measure means there should be some proportion. What we like, we eat too much. And some rasa must be essential. Bitter rasa, we'll not take that, no? Because we don't like it. So we will have to have certain proportion of what food we eat. Then method. When the Agni is strong, the heaviest food is Madhura. Why? Prithvi and Aap. We have not to forget that we'll have to bring that point again and again. So Prithvi and Aap is the Madhura Rasa combination. First food has to go Madhura. So there are some people, they eat the dessert first. No, it's not like that. In some culture, little bit of dessert is kept on that right corner, not the payasam. Some with jaggery. So you have that, and rice or the wheat is Madhura Rasa. Then comes the Amla and Lavana, and you end it with Katutikta Kashaya. That's why buttermilk is kept in the end. Buttermilk is not Amla Rasa, it's Kashaya Amla Rasa. Not after sunset, after lunch. You have to end the meal with that to complete the process of digestion. Then little bit of ginger salt, Adra Lavana Sanyoga, has to be taken in the beginning to enhance a better digestion. Buttermilk, lunch has to finish with buttermilk. Avoid Adhyashana and Vishanashana means what? Adhyashana means overeating. Vishanashana means what? Anyhow, there is no proportion only of eating. But we should have Samashana. We should have balance of food. Restrictions after food, lying for a long time. No, we have to have 1 hour sleep, no siesta, sitting for a long time. Oh, going, some people exercise also. This I've seen in Singapore. They exercise even at midnight. The exposure to sun and fire, swimming, travel, it's all prohibited soon after eating food because vata would go haywire. Food will stay undigested in the body. You have to protect the Agni. Agni's job is to digest it. So we have to make sure whatever we have consumed, let the body assimilate it. Tambula is our bitter leaf, but not with all the other things. What? Mitha pan, huh? Not that. So what we have to put is this camphor, nutmeg, cinnamon, clove. That would be in our bitter leaf, not that what gulkand and all that is. But excess you cannot eat because that also creates a problem. Eyesight, dryness, and, loss of strength and all. Here comes the main point now. Virudhahara, which I said we will talk about it in detail. And during that point of the Sanyoga, we talked about the phala and the milk combination, a milk shake. So Virudhana is a unique topic of our Shastra, which no other Shastra, no other science, sorry, has talked about. They don't have only this concept. So this is a USP of our Shastra. We should feel very proud because the amount they have gone into this Virudhahara. What combination is Viruddha, opposite, unwholesome diet? So it is definitely creating imbalance in the body. And it makes problems and creates different diseases. Some diseases cannot be treated, uncurable diseases are. Skin problem is the commonest thing. We will see that if I have a slide. Okay. Now the details are a bit too much. You need not grasp all that. It's not expected. But it is to give you a perspective like what all Viruddha could be a probability. So Desha Viruddha. That means what is the habitat going opposite of that? You are not in synchronize with the Desha. Kala Viruddha. That means there is a certain kind of season and you are going opposite of that. Agni Viruddha. That means you are having a kind of Agni and you are going opposite of that. So we should be very careful. Matra Viruddha. This I should highlight. Honey and ghee in an equal proportion you cannot take. So for some people, I recommend sometimes in the prescription with some triphala or something. So honey and ghee ghee you take in a portion and double that of that you take honey. Ghee and honey cannot be. It's a matra viruddha, proportion viruddha. Then there is something called as a satmya viruddha. It is what a person is. Satmya means something a person is used to. Dosha viruddha. That means you are already having a certain atmosphere in body, maybe a vata predominant. And then you take a food which is going to make more vata in the body rather than you take food opposite that of a vata. And this samskara viruddha, when I have written meat of peacock roasted in castor spit and all, who is doing all that? People do. And this is a classical Shastric example. So sometimes Shastra tells of what that time it was predominant. So this combination, none of these combinations are of my mind. I don't know so much. I'm just taking it from the Shastra. Okay. So there are Virya Viruddha, Koshtha Viruddha, Avastha Viruddha, Krama Viruddha. You can just listen and keep it in some archive in the mind at the moment because this is to give you a perspective of how much types of Viruddha Ahara are there. Okay. This consuming hot water after Varaha Mamsa Parihara Viruddha, who is going to eat Varaha Mamsa? So many people, that Subway sandwich itself has that what kind pork and all is there. And then they have one tea, coffee. So if you say like that, we find this example and people do this. We are not aware. Another, because I remember one Viruddha I will tell what everybody is doing. When this water dispensing thing is there now, take the glass under hot water and then take the same glass under the cold water to cool it or to make it lukewarm. It's a Viruddha. There is a Kshobha happening over there. Kshobha, K-S-H-O, not S-H-O, K-S-H-O. Kshobha means there is a disturbance created. So if you want warm water, whatever water you have boiled, wait it till it becomes warm or boil only up to that. You cannot add cold water into a hot water. And my favorite example is of my father-in-law. In each class, I have given this because that has stuck into my head for the rest of my life. When I was newly married and I've come to Kerala, the house was very traditional. So you don't have hot water service from the boiler into your tap over there. You have to heat the water outside on the logs, okay? And then take it in the bucket inside your bathroom. So my father-in-law saw that I'm boiling the water and taken because they make just lukewarm water, half a bucket water is enough for them. And my father-in-law said, you take bath with so hot water? I said, no, Acha is father, not like that. I need a lot of water to bath. So if I boil more and I'll take, then when I mix, the water will become so much for me. What? You are an Ayurveda doctor? You never knew that you cannot mix cold water into this? There is a kshova happening. I got such a stun of my life that time. I learned it first time that it is not only for the drinking water the rule is applied, even for the bathing water he had applied the rule and he had scolded me very sweetly, not in a bad way. Um, but then he questioned that. So you are an Ayurveda doctor, don't you? He was an Ayurveda doctor. His father was an Ayurveda doctor. Also my husband. So it's there in the family. But the thought given, the point over here, so that's why I said it stayed in my mind throughout that the heat and the cold, immediate, simultaneous, is a viruddha. We cannot practice that. So much so much. How to take bath also will take another. So I've given the reference over here. Chasu means it's a Charaka Samhita, Sutrasthana, the reference are there. Nothing is there from my mind. Okay. So what would be the effect? So bad. Sterility. Our virility will go. So those who are still fertile, wanting children and all, it's better don't have your Virudhahara than what we are feeding our kids only with what kind of smoothies God only knows. Skin diseases? Plenty of skin disorders we have. I have got parents, kids, all age groups, even babies, newborns coming with this because parents have had Virudhahara. So all this I have seen. Virudhahara does this, I have seen. Indigestion happens in such a way that no medicine can cure it. Edema, all kinds of swelling come and doctors cannot find what because Virudhahara is not a concept over there. Fever, rhinitis, including mental disorders. Mind is not available only rationally if you are consuming a Virudhahara. All this is our Shastric aspect and we do so much of Virudhahara. Midnight, what today it's raining, let's go and have some coffee somewhere. Midnight. In Pune and all in winter season, go and eat some ice cream only. Something in the night they will do. Have I done? Yes, I have also done like that. Not knowing. Then this the myth that Ayurveda talks about Prakriti. So the diet has to be according to the Prakriti. No, sorry. It has to be according to the Vikruti. What is the problem? To balance that, the diet has to be there. A Vata kind or a Pitta type of problem or Kapha. Depending upon that, we will have to balance. So that could be a completely different aspect. Let's go ahead. So that Upayoga Vyavastha, seventh point you remember still? So now see over here, the Shastra says, Ushnam Ashniyat. Eat warm cooked food. Cold food, fridge food, uncooked food. How? We are going now opposite only. How our minds are available then for our meditation, alertness in the class. or whatever we are trying to memorize, maybe 2 shlokas also we are not able to retain. Food has not been supplied to the mind correctly. Snigdham, no oil for me, huh? I take oil-free diet. No, not that. What's that? Pan air fry. Some what all. So food must have some unctuousness. Huh? Matravat ashniyat. Eat in a proper quantity. Remember, half a stomach solid, 1/4 empty, and 1/4 for liquid. Proper quantity. Jeerne ashniyat means previous meal should be get digested. Virya aviruddha. Virya are two viryas, hot and cold. Shita and Ushna are the two viryas. We cannot have Viruddha Virya together. This hot and cold of water, I said, example. But we do this Shita Ushna so many times. Ishta Deshe, in a happy surrounding, we should have food. Ishta Sarvopakarane. You sit for food and then what you remember, the spoon is not there. You get up. Oh, the glass for the water is not taken. Get up. Oh, this is not taken. Get up. No. First, arrange everything on the area where you're sitting. Nowadays, it's a table, so I'm using the word table, but it's good to shun it away or have a low table in such a way at your knee level so that you get the effect the same as eating down and having. So all the upakaranas, ishta sarva upakarane means upakaranas, all the upakaranas, sarva upakarana, ishta, whatever is needed is there. Nati dhrutam, not to eat food fast. Nati vilambitam, not to eat slow. Ajalpam, without talking. Come on. All the kitty parties, all the birthday parties, all the get-togethers, all the meetings, business, everything is happening over a lunch or a dinner only. Talk, not only talk, Hassan, not to laugh. No, everything, all smile, laugh, games, everything is happening in between the food. Tanmana bhunjita, with full concentration on the act of eating. So this was the reason when the instructions were given, don't multitask and sit in the class. We think multitasking is a great thing, but according to our Shastra, it is not the great thing. Mind is not available for one act. Both look, they are happening simultaneously. But if I'm watching TV and I'm eating, my attention on the food is not there. And food eating is a yajna, which we are going to see later. Drive and eat. Do some other work, typing, sending email and having a sandwich bite on the go, in the office, at the table. So food is combined with some activity and our Shastra is stopping this. How much time does it take to eat a food? Eat a lunch or a... Doesn't take long. If you're doing some activity, then you will need a long time and it goes on and on. When we eat with our friends, with us, going on, going on, going on. Anyhow, that's not a correct way to have food because it is not registered in the brain what you have. Your plate might be healthy, but the mind was not available. It's not registered. It will sit there as undigested material and it will not hit the target. It's not only the job of filling the stomach. Like in Marathi, they say, na, Udara bharana no hai, jani se yajna karma, Udara bharana no hai. This is not a stomach filling activity. Jani se yajna karma. Jani, to no one who knows that this is a yajna karma. So this much attitude while having the food is like how we will sit at a Homa Kunda, we have to offer the food. That much attitude we'll have to give while eating. Are we doing that? Then why are we expecting that why my meditation is not successful? Mind, if you are doing multiple activities, mind is getting a habit of jumping from one activity to another. Mind is not at rest. If you want the mind at rest, change how you eat. Mind will change accordingly, correctly over a period because that is nourishing the mind. Food is nourishing the mind means what? Subtle, gross, nourishing the gross. Subtle, how you eat is nourishing the mind. So this tanmana bhunjita is a very crucial aspect that you don't do anything else while you are sitting for this puja of offering food to the Krishna, Vaishvanara Bhutva is saying. So, as while doing puja, we don't attend a phone. Likewise, we are on the phone and we are eating. What to do? This is how we have accepted certain things. But if we decide we don't accept it, it is possible to change. Very easily, it is possible to change. Right now, we didn't know. But now, if we put an intention over there, it will happen. Especially with the kids. Don't throw an iPad and a mobile in front of them because you want to escape and make them quiet with that. That's the worst thing anybody can do. Now, Ahara Parinamakara Bhava. What factors are influencing the food? The Ushma, the heat over there, the food would digest easily. Ushna Mashniyat we saw in the previous. The heat, the hot food makes a easy digestion. Vayu. The wind over there is taken in correctly. It has to go. Vayu has to be correct. The kleda. Kleda is not it is not just the water aspect, hydration. It is the moistness because of certain you have added some ghee or oil into it. That is the sneha aspect. To soften the food. Kala. Kala is the time that what time you are eating and over how much period you are finishing that and how much time the body would take to process it through the whole body. And then samyoga, all these factors has to be in correct proportion. Then only a digestion will happen correct. All this is in our hand, right? Once we have put it inside, then we don't have a control. But till we put it in, we'll have to think in so many ways. Have we forgotten these vegetables? I don't know who has brought this protein concept drilled into our head. We don't remember our Shastra only. We know this soya, we know this paneer, as if only these two are the food sources. So the North Indians will not know anything apart from this aloo and paneer and this soya for all the modern. And the South Indians, they are also in that same way, lost by not using all the vegetables. We will have to use it. Why these fruit vegetables? Because it doesn't create imbalance into Vata Pitta Kapha combination that easily. So in our Shadrasa Aahaar, this bitter gourd will fill. So we should also know what part of the gourd we have to use. If we have taken the bottle gourd, it's that inside part. But if we are taking the snake gourd, then we throw the inside part. The ash gourd, the sponge gourd. These are the ones which keep the body. But my son doesn't like, kids will not eat it. You'll have to find a recipe that would make it look also nice. And we have not trained them, no? Convenience. Even we don't like so much time to spend on the cooking. What is easy? Buy some packet, put it in some hot water and give. This is what we are doing, right? The worst thing. Are we blending in all the spices correctly? When we say spicy food, we think only of chili. No, there are other. Dhania doesn't have the chilliness. The coriander seeds. There are so many things in the spices that are necessary to kindle that agni and use it in only certain way and certain proportion. Not everything. Only chili is used and chili flakes are used. Not like that. There has to be some rotation of the spices. Not every day. You change that. You change the flavor. And how much you can be a slave of that tongue, right? Like as our Gurudev said, for that 1.5 inch, the another 6 feet body you are forgetting when Gurudev says that. It's so very true, no? After the taste is gone, your job is over. 2 minutes, the food is staying over there. Afterwards, the body has to process it. Yeah, unctuous substances, the best is the coconut oil and the ghee. I would bank on it. Not all those refined oils. Olive oil, definitely no. Now, why you would say no? Why I'm saying no is your question. The body's integration to keep the body together is by Shita and Snigdha Guna. And body disintegrates by its opposite gunas. What is opposite of Shita? Cold. It's hot, Ushna. And Snigdha, unctuous, what is opposite of that? Ruksha, roughness. So with the rough and heat, body's disintegration happens easily. With the cold and unctuous, body integrates easily. This safola or this olive oil, these come in the category of ruksha and ushna. They don't have shita guna into it. We need shitatva. Virya we saw a little while ago. Shita virya. Shita and ushna. So this is something again our Shastra's point. Modern science doesn't have this virya concept, Shita Ushna concept for the food they don't have. This is a very subtle concept. What is the impact of what oil we use on our body? How much do we really require so much oil? We require what? Yeah, 1 teaspoon. Nobody is living in joint family. Okay, so don't tell me you require a lot of oil for seasoning. Mostly 4 people. Nowadays, it's 2 people only. Kids don't live with the parents. They've gone somewhere either in the university and they've continued over there working. Parents are only over here. Not even a spoon, right? So 1 spoon of ghee, 1 spoon of coconut oil. There are people who eat it raw also. No, use it as a seasoning thing. Chog lagane mein use karna hai. Not like that. I've seen some Western. They have virgin coconut oil, 1 teaspoon, just like that. Our spices are there to be blended with the oil. We know the art of cooking, how to use the spice, how to use the oil, how to make our food. We know everything and we don't want to use it. And they don't know and they understand the importance of it, but they don't know how to use it. What a combination. Use something in the chutney format. Always a pickle is not needed. So these are just some herbs which can actually enhance a better agni. A smell makes mind happy easily. Don't eat when you are upset. And that's the biggest mistake we do. We eat the most when we are upset, anger, stress. Not because of the problem. Our mind likes to eat, so we find an excuse. I have to eat a chocolate now. What? The month. That's the time of the month where I have to eat this much. All it's in the mind. Why we have forgotten Annapurneshwari? Why are we not involving in our kitchen platform one little altar for Annapurneshwari? Why are we in hurry to finish the cooking part? Why is there no thought that by my thought on the food while cooking is that subtle aspect, it's going to go to the people who are eating? Why have we lost this? Why we have to put a Bollywood song while cooking and whistling together with it and saying or chatting with somebody on the phone? Why our art of cooking is lost? I remember my grandmother, she would say Hare Ram, and different or Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And she would go about doing all the chores. Why are we losing on that? We put our radio on, we put something on. Why there is no chanting at the time of cooking? Chanting only before food, but before that, so much is happening. Why not? So definitely cooking is an art. We will have to revive it because eventually we as a sadhak, we will want our kids and our family members also to participate with us. So if that atmosphere is created throughout, so it's not like one act. It is living continuously as a sadhak. चलो आज मेरी साधना हो गई चलो पार्टी जाते हैं आज ये हो गया चलो आज इसको गए so what is happening is we are forgetting we are a sadhak 24 hours. We are sadhak only while doing this and afterwards so I will lose my normal life. No, you lead a normal life. Why you think that is an abnormal life? In mind it is offered to the Lord. The action is brought over there. So all actions we say. So I think Is it in the 9th chapter? Yeah, 9.27. When Bhagavan says, Yat karoshi, yad ashnasi, yad juhoshi, tadasya. Not only while eating, now whatever you are doing, if you will offer that to me, tat kurushva madarpanam. Why can't we do that? So we all chant Gita, but we can bring it into our practice. To whomever we are talking, whatever we are talking, let it be as an offering to him. And then coming to the cooking as the main thing, because that subtle aspect, you are nourishing people with it. Yeah. 9.27 over here only. So everything at the time of Homakunda, when we are offering it to the best possible way, and we are not diverting our mind, then to this Agni over here, why are we not giving the same attention? Yeah. So maybe it's not just the art of cooking, not just the art of eating, but as a sadhak now, we'll have to have that much awareness of where we are offering, how much awareness is there, and then what are we eating. What today we have seen is a compact aspect of the Shastra. You have not heard a word called calorie into it, carbohydrate into it, protein into it. We talk that language, we don't talk our Shastric language. Now we will get into, now this you've got a picture. Now let's get into some small examples, which will enhance probably or give you a better understanding with this what I can do. Let's say it's 12 noon, it's time for eating, or 1 o'clock, whatever is between 11 to 2 we have seen, and the time of the pitta, time you have to eat. But now you got busy over there. You are not able to eat. Invariably. And especially Singapore schools, huh? The school kids come at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock and have their lunch. When I found out that, it was such a heartbreaking thing that what are we doing to the kids like that? The local schools, they have such kind of timings. So now you see, the job of digestion is pitta visa. Okay. Then we correlated Pindite Brahmandi. We have put around noon time. Okay. 11 to 1:30. So the Agni aspect has to be there. We are understanding that. But now we are not available at that time to eat. 3, 4 o'clock is our food. We are entering Vata time. End of the day we saw. Starting of the day Kapha. Middle of the day Pitta. End of the day Vata. Vata time, is it for digestion? It is not there. Vata time is not there. Pindite Brahmandi, body also is Vata activated. And now I have eaten the lunch. Lunch is the biggest meal of the day. Dr. Varsha has said that I've eaten nicely. Agni is not present. Where the food will go? Just think over there. We have already put it in the body. Where the food will go? So I had given the example of the campfire. So on a smaller Agni, you put a bigger log branch that fire extinguishes, and the log also remains like that. So 3, 4 o'clock that lunch is eaten, the food remains over there like that, undigested. Now, we saw there are different textures, right? Vata, Pitta, Kapha or Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Depending upon what is that person's texture, the reaction on the body will be there. For example, let's say if it is a Kapha texture body. Kapha, we know that it is Prithvi and Tej, most grossest. So the impact of that indigestion on the grossest body will be that the grossest person will be more dull, more lethargic, and cannot move the body that very easy. Subtle form is not reaching mind. Why? Because the food in the first step is not digested. Or let's reverse the example. It's not the kapha, it's the vata aspect, we'll say. Vata is this akash and vayu, lightest, subtlest. Time is vata and as time, 3 or 4 o'clock eating food. Body is that vata. That means what has happened? More vata. Sorry. The alarm has buzzed for the Vishnu Sahasranam happens. Sorry. So more vata is produced in the body. If vata activation more means what? We have seen it's the rajasic aspect. Where it will be available for doing any meditation? No. Continuously active. Mind is jumping from one activity to another. Restlessness of the mind is a sign of vata. Let's say whole day I was busy. Or I'm a factory worker. I can eat only at midnight. I have a night shift. And my dinner break comes at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock or whatever time. Anyway, sun has gone long back. Agni concept is not there. Time is a pitta time. We saw. Starting of the night is kapha, middle of the night is pitta, end of the night is vata. What will happen? Pitta time. Not available for digestion. Whatever is eaten will convert into heat. What kind of diseases will be there? Acidity. One of the smaller ulcerations. Not available. So it's not going to do anything good to the body. Nothing is happening good on the body. We are living against the nature. We cannot escape that. So even if I don't know what is vata, pitta, kapha, nature is knowing whatever it is happening. It has been happening. Even before you could know, before today's session also, it was happening. We couldn't only label it under vata, pitta or kapha. Or under akash, vayu or prithvi, aap or agni. So this is at the gross level. What if we'll go in a deeper level? Oh, I think I'm not digesting well. My metabolism is affected. So tomorrow could be a diabetic condition coming. Could be some hormonal imbalance coming. So at what age we are? Suppose it's a younger girl. Maybe the maturity should come at 13 or 14, may come at 8 or 9 or 10, which we see. Then we blame why. See the way it is, why. Maybe the menopause should happen at 50. But from 40 onwards, the bleeding is not stopping. Either you get rid of the uterus or you do something with that hormonal thing. Not knowing that the diet is affecting, lifestyle is affecting it. What are we eating at what time? The base is going to be this. Then you relate to woman's disorder or a child's disorder, or an old person's disorder or a youngster's disorder. Panchamabhuta will not change. Vata Pitta theory is not changing. The name will change, the body will change, the time will change, whatever the structure would change, the age group would change. The baseline would be this. So the whole point of taking the class, a session in this way was, you teach a man to fish. You can make your own permutations, combinations in your imagination. But if I'll say, so much you should eat and this you should eat, you will know only that much. But now, with the whole Shastra points, when you have collected, it will be infinite permutations and combinations that you would be able to apply. Whether it is a rasa aspect you are going to take, or whether it is a Saptavidahara you are going to take, or whether it's Ahara Parinamakara Bhava you are going to take. Just give me a minute. My video is... Sorry, it was not mirroring it. Now I think it's correct. Are we getting the point? Are we having clearing the concept? So now we narrow this whole thing to our, as a sadhaka, we want steady mind. Yes. When I close my eyes, My mind should easily focus. Yes. When I sit, I should be able to sit for at least some time without changing the sides and the angle. Oh, knees and this and that should not be. All this we want, right? And then when I'm using whatever my mantra or a Mahavakya or whichever on I'm meditating, I should have the Nirantara focus on that, and mind should not go back, oh, 25 years ago, my mother-in-law did this to me, or whatever, my husband said this, God only knows. Which thought will come at what time, which you have probably forgotten at the time, but now when this focus comes, that some forgotten thought has surfaced. Not available. Mind is not available. Like in our Vedanta class, we keep on hearing this, no, from our gurus and teachers, that at the time of the death, if you think of Narayana, that's more than enough. But the Narayana thought doesn't come that time if you have not practiced remembering Narayana throughout your life. This is what they keep on saying, right? So we need to practice that so that at the time when it is necessary, we can think of same thing out of our heart. We will have to practice this eating healthy through all other senses also throughout. Then when we are sitting for meditation, it will be available. कल अच्छा खाना खाया तो आज मेडिटेशन होना चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं होने वाला है. The impact of the sattvic food, rajasic food, tamasic, it stays and it will reflect when the time is conducive. Like as I said, it's at Vata age only the Vata diseases will come up. A young age it will not, unless the young body has a Vata imbalance in the body. So likewise, at continuous it should be. So have I to stop all my parties? If you have that liking of so our granthas tell, no, if you have that kind of a desire, then please exhaust that vasana and come back to satsang as soon as possible. Both can't go hand in hand because that's also one indriya ahara, taking it. Then I'll be antisocial, I'll lose my friends. You'll get satsangi friends. Desire will change, vasana will change. Who are thinking like you will get that. What is this fear that I have to do this because she is doing this, and in society she is having that name, I have to associate with. We go like that, that thinking is going to be problematic. So first we'll have to be clear of this human body and life. I have got what I have to do. And then and when we take where we have to go to that step, it's possible. But if we want this also, that also, two boats, tougher. Immediately cannot withdraw. Start taking measures. घर से सात्विक खाना खा के गए हैं. Pretend you are eating. Don't absorb too much. Absorb inside me. It's happening outside. You don't absorb. Slowly, slowly it will change. Slowly, slowly it will happen. Then after a certain amount of days of practice, it will start seeing that, आज का तो meditation अच्छा हुआ. कल तो मैंने वक्त पर नहीं खाया था. लेकिन पिछले कुछ दिनों से तो वक्त पर खा रहे थे. इसका रिजल्ट अभी मिल गया. So to get the result, it is going to take time. Then the question will come, तो चिकन खाना चाहिए कि नहीं? I need my protein, otherwise it's going to be tough. दही खाएंगे कि नहीं खाएंगे? Onion garlic बंद करना पड़ेगा क्या? You have vasana. Go ahead. Fulfill it. Automatically when the sadhana increases, these things will come. So does Ayurveda describe chicken and all? Excellently described. Not only chicken, it describes the whole list of so many kinds of meat. Roasted peacock, we just now read one example, but there are too many roasted things and fried things also written in Ayurveda. Okay. Onion garlic के बारे में लिखा है, हाँ लिखा है. दही के बारे में लिखा है, हाँ लिखा है. But what we want? तो दही आयुर्वेद में मना है. Ayurveda doesn't encourage dahi so much. What we saw, buttermilk we saw. छाछ पी लीजिए. Why? Digestion becomes easier. So everything has a connotation. On which aspect, what kind of life we want, there we'll have to focus. If we want this kind of a life, then we'll have to have that decorum. Ayurveda is Sharira Shastra, so it explains non-veg, this, that, everything it explains. But now we are taking on the Moksha Shastra. If you come to me in the clinic as a patient, not as a satsangi, answer will be different. When you come as a satsangi, the answer is different. Because what is the role? What is the goal? It is going to change. What ingredient we are going to use, that is changing. For all today's pointers were teaching to fish and were not actually feeding you with something, there will be so many thoughts, I'm very sure. Ask anything. We'll have a whole session on that next week. And if sometimes, depending upon the question, sometimes if I've not said a particular point, it might come out and enhance. So please don't hesitate to ask questions. Use the WhatsApp platform to post your questions. And also, if you don't have questions, you have any feedback to say, or how it can be improved also further, it will give me a scope of reading much more and then coming. If there is some point you felt that, oh, I should have spoken on this, please do not hesitate and allow me to improve us. To him, remembering him, and offering everything at his feet and asking for clarity, clarity in the marga that we have chosen. I conclude today's session with much gratitude. Thank you, everyone. I use the Purnamada mantra not as a closing prayer, but as a realization that all is in his oneness only. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Hari Om, everyone. Thank you so very much.
I have absolutely no words, Varshaji. This has been so beautiful, and I think it will take a lot of time to absorb. There's so much that we got today. We'll have to really digest and understand. One of the points which you said at the end, everything is given. Decide what you want it for. If you are a seeker, then this is what is required. If you're not a seeker, if you're in any other way you want to use your food and your body, you can do it. Shastra says that also. But अगर हमारे हाथ में मोक्ष शास्त्र है तो हम सीकर हैं, तो हम वो रास्ता अपनाएंगे और उसको कन्विक्शन बनने में थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा. लेकिन जब हमको सही चीज पता चलती है तो धीरे धीरे. एंड व्हाट आई रियली लाइक अबाउट यू, यू अंडरस्टैंड द टाइप ऑफ लाइफ दैट वी ऑल आर इनटू एंड द काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दैट वी विल हैव. सो आप उसके भी रास्ते बता रही हैं. अच्छा ठीक है, खा के जाओ, थोड़ा करो या मत जाओ. एट सम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम यू विल हैव टू चूज टू बी एट वन प्लेस. एक तरफ, वो दोनों तरफ रह के चल नहीं सकते, दो नाव पे पैर रख के चल नहीं सकते. एंड दैट हैज बीन लाइक ऑफ कोर्स बहुत सारे हमारे थ्रू द सेशन मतलब क्या कहना चाहिए, हमारे नोशंस एंड बिलीफ्स टूटे हैं, जो हम इतना प्रोटीन्स एंड कार्ब्स एंड दिस एंड दैट, the fat diets, what exactly will work for my purpose, my goal of life, if I want to do that. So it's been really, really very enlightening, and you've opened the whole topic petal by petal so beautifully for us. Hopefully we will revel in this fragrance and the taste in the next 1 week. I mean, we need to really chew and digest all that we have taken today from Varsha ji, and all the questions, whatever we have. I know Varsha ji is an extremely patient doctor. वो सब तरीके के हमारे questions ले लेंगी. ये उनकी बहुत अच्छाई है. She will not say ये क्या बेवकूफी की बात है. No, she is amazing. So जो भी आपके questions हो, आप खुल के पूछें एंड व्हाट्सएप पे डालें, एंड देन हम जरूर अगली बार करेंगे. बिकॉज बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस हैं एज पर द प्रोफेशन, एज पर द मौसम, एज पर द प्लेस, एज पर द प्रकृति. छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं, बट जितनी जल्दी हमारी वो क्लियर हो जाएंगी उतना हमारे रास्ते में हम पक्के हो पाएंगे. विल बी मोर स्टेडफास्ट ऑन आवर जर्नी एज अ सीकर. So this is what I want to say, and we'll meet again. I just wish this could go on. छोटी छोटी बहुत सुंदर चीजें. और जो एक चीज आपने बताई बहुत बढ़िया, कि संस्कार बदल जाता है, which has stayed with me, like कि घी इज नॉट मिल्क. घी का संस्कार, घी वाइल इन, और हम लोग अपने रोजमर्रा में ऐसे समझते हैं कि घी तो दूध से बना है, तो हम नॉन डेयरी हैं तो घी. नो, इट इज कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट एंड इट्स रिक्वायर्ड. So, these are the kind of things, if we understand well and if we get clarity. या greens, my God, हम लोग पत्तियों के पीछे भागे रहते हैं. बोले greens is not going to do anything to the mind. Again, because we are a seeker, we need a calm mind. और सूक्ष्म हमको मन चाहिए, हमारा मन सूक्ष्मता की ओर चले. So, with this I can go on. With this I'd like to say we will meet again, and
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Varsha ji. So many
Thanks
small,
to
small
you to
things
bring it out.
and I think मुझे तो ऐसा लगा, because in many of the slides you were saying कि we will do this in detail later, or this will need another class, this will need another class. So I think we need many more classes also to understand this more deeply and better, so that we can, once, the good thing is that all of us who are here, at least we know what the purpose of this life is. And to achieve that purpose, Ahar is a very, very important, ingredient in that. And I think वो जो आपने बोला, which always rings in my mind, कि this body itself is an altar, and whatever we are eating, we are actually, हम प्रसाद चढ़ा रहे हैं उसी भगवान को जो हमारे अंदर भी बैठे हैं. तो जो भी हम खा रहे हैं उस पर ध्यान रखें कि क्या, किस तरह का प्रसाद हम चढ़ा रहे हैं. So it's a very, very deep thing to understand, and I hope everybody should be very, very open in asking. And I'm just like Supriya was saying, Varsha ji is very, very patient, and she will be able to answer and clarify all our doubts.
प्यार से करेंगे, चिंता नहीं करिए.
Yes, please ask, don't hesitate. It's your question. आपको डाउट आया है, आपके मन में है, so कुछ है, then it's better to clear it. It's not big or small, intelligent or stupid. ऐसा नहीं है, वो आपका डाउट है. Where your thought has stuck. That's your. So you please ask. There's nothing big, small about it. So do ask questions. And make the next session interesting. It's on your thing, how you pose the question and what you ask and how it goes. So we'll try to, we have the same time. So we'll try to accommodate all the questions that would come in your mind. There's no need to force a question as so. Or if you have just a suggestion or just to point something or even just to express your way of thought also, that also is welcome in the WhatsApp group. So it doesn't matter. So need not be always it's in a form of a question. It can just be your expression. Okay, in between. Okay, कोई बात.
I think
ठीक
mute
है.
off कर देते हैं 1 minute.
Yeah, I've done that.
Hari Om, Varsha ji. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Sri.
Hari Om ji, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sri.
Narayan, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Narayan, thank you.
Thank you very much,
Bye.
Dr. Varsha
Thank
ji.
you.
Narayan,
Narayan सबको.
Hari Om.
Narayan.
Thank you, Varsha ji. Thank you, everyone.
Namaskar. Thank you. Thank you.
Narayan, thank you.
Thank you, Varsha
Thank
ji.
you, Virudhi.
Thank you, Sri.
Namaskar. Thank you. Narayan, Narayan.
Narayan, Sri.
Narayan, thank you.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Narayan ji. Thank you.
Narayan, Sri. Thank you.
Thank you, Varsha ji.
Narayan.
Narayan.
नारायण।
Thank you.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Thank you.
Thank you. Narayan.
Thank you so
Supriya
much.
Sushi.
Really enjoyed the session. Bye-bye. See you next week.
Thank you. Thank you very much. See you next week.
Somebody was saying something to me.
Supriya Sakhi, I was just requesting, it was such a beautiful session. Since we missed out initial 15-20 minutes, couldn't join. So will we be able to get the recording?
Let me get back on that, Anvita. Just give me a little time. We did try, but because of that glitch at the beginning, you'll have to see that. Most probably it should be there.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much.
Narayan.
Narayan.
Thank you so much.
अगले हफ्ते मिलते हैं जी.
Thank you. Thank you.